Good morning, you guys. I'm so sorry I forgot to even do this reading last night, but today we are getting down to the nitty gritty, messy relationship that is of Apryl Jones and Lil Fizz. I think I had like looked into them like earlier this year when that controversy came out, and all thing I saw was the thing being a hot mess. You Not saying that you cannot find true love because these two do have a bond, like a soulmate bond. It was just messy how it went about, in my opinion. So I just want to do them real quick and see like what's going on around these two. I I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care for Apryl. Her whole aura and energy is a little trifling and dusty, and it's not even just from this situation. Um, she just, uh, her energy is just not the best. Want it. I wouldn't want to be associated with it. But I'm going to give them a fair and honest reading, non-biased, and I'm just going to show you guys what the cards have to say. I will let Spirit do the talking. So, first question I want to ask is, how does Apryl Jones ancestors method? Let me switch decks. I am using my mentor's deck once again. It's a very good deck. Knight. So sorry. Magic and Power. But I just want to see, how does Apryl Jones ancestors feel about this situation? How does her ancestors feel about this situation? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. How does her ancestors feel about the situation? You guys, as you can see, all these cards have trees in it. So, what I'm getting from this is they feel like long as it's not disrupting the bloodline, and long as it's not steering her on a course of complete destruction, they're okay with, like, they don't have any qualms with it. Um, they do feel like this is pushing her to finally move on, because parts of her was holding on to her and Omarion getting back together. So this helped her realize and ascend some and start taking steps towards something else in life. So that's how they feel about it. They're like, I mean, we don't have any qualms in her moral um, activities. If this was hurting the bloodline or hurting her, then we would have a problem. That's the energy I'm getting off these cards. It's not necessarily destructive to her and her family. So they're okay with it. Like, they don't have a problem. Next question I want to ask. Were these two messing around when Apryl was dating Omarion? Were these two messing around when Apryl was dating Omarion? Were they messing around when they were in a relationship with other people? Were they messing around? 5, 4, 3, stop. Were they messing around? Guys, no, they weren't messing around when they were with other people. Um, I do think they had a friendship. They had a close knit friendship, but they were not messing around. They had a close knit friendship. They weren't messing around. I feel more so like Apryl turned to Lil Fizz for strength once her and Omarion broke up. And I feel like that's the actual foundation of their relationship. It was more so an emotional connection more than anything. It was more so an emotional connection because Apryl had problems with Omarion while she was pregnant. She had a lot of problems with Omarion while she was pregnant. So it's more so like she would lean on Lil Fizz for comfort, and it just grew into something more. Let's see, next question. I want to know, how does Apryl feel about her and Lil Fizz being a public relationship? How does she feel? Like, what is her true feelings behind this relationship? Stop. How does she feel? You guys, I thought so. I really, really fucking thought so. You guys, she feels like she's constantly being attacked. She feels like she's constantly being attacked. And she feels like she's getting the blunt end of everything. And she's just like, no, we both made this decision together. Like, I didn't just throw my pussy at him. Like, we both made this decision together, but I'm getting the blunt end of public scrutiny and the judgmental looks and stares when I go out in public, and people forming their own opinions of me on social media, and I'm getting attacked in my comments. She's like, no, we both decided this together, but I feel like I'm getting the blunt end of it. I feel like I'm getting the short stick while he's getting off scot-free. She feels like it's kind of a double standard sometimes. She feels like it's kind of a double standard. But you guys, once again, they do have a connection. There is a connection here. And also, you guys, they have discussed having a child together. I saw that earlier this year when I looked into them, and that's why I think if anyone follows me on Instagram and they look through my stories, I think I'll repost it again after I post this video. But I said it was only going to get messier. And this is why she's going to get pregnant. They have discussed having a child. And she's going to get pregnant. And it's going to cost a lot more scrutiny to rain down on her head. So it just basically, how she feels about the relationship is there is a bond. And she feels like it's morally right. But the whole thing of it is she's catching all the scrutiny. She's literally catching all the scrutiny. She feel like it painted her in a bad light. So, but I do predict a baby for them. They have been talking about a baby, and they will get their baby. It was actually meant for them to have a child together because their bond extends beyond this realm, this physical. They actually have soulmate energy. Is the situation how it came about kind of right? Not really, but they do have soulmate energy. They do have a bond, and regardless if it was a Marion or someone else, they were meant to connect with each other. Is what I'm getting. How does Lil Fizz feel about this relationship? What is on Lil Fizz's mind? What is on his mind? How does he feel about this relationship? Spiritually, I'm hearing that his child's mother, Moniece Slaughter, whew, she's going to rain down hell on them, publicly and privately, if he gets Apryl pregnant. Uh, she does not trust Apryl. She thinks Apryl is sleazy. She thinks Apryl is sneaky. She thinks Apryl has no morals, and she just don't want that type of figure around their child. But what is going on with Lil Fizz? How does he feel about all of this? How does Lil Fizz feel about all of this? 5, 2. Stop. Spirit, can you show me how Lil Fizz feels about all this? Yeah, you guys, he does have his worries and concerns. He does. But he's trying to make the best of it, because in his heart um he truly feels like he found something here. He truly feel like they are connected beyond the cosmos, is what I'm getting. Um he himself does feel the pressure of the public, but it's not as intense as April's. It's really not. It's not as intense as April's. Some more stuff is gonna come out about them over the next couple of weeks. Some more stuff is gonna come out. But yeah, you guys, he's pretty happy and content. He feels like she grounds him. He feel like she's not a slouch. She's a hard worker. All the things and qualities that he has been struggling to find in his course of dating women. So he's happy with her. He is happy with her. Or whatnot. He's very happy with her. You guys, I do feel like in about 8 months, things can kind of take a turn to the point where I feel like they will move. Because I feel like they have discussed that, like moving out of LA, because it's too much going on there for them. And I do think they're gonna move out of LA. I do think they're gonna move out of LA to somewhere else. I do feel like they're gonna do that. Because not only are they facing like public scrutiny from the world, but they're also facing scrutiny in their hometown, where well, not their hometown, where they're currently residing at, because everybody knows everybody. So I do feel like they're going to end up moving in about maybe 8 months, moving somewhere else. But in general, he's happy with her. Is he catching heat? Yes. But his is more so privately. It's not as public as April's. His is more so privately. I feel like intuitively I'm hearing, I feel like the other band members have gotten on him about it, because something about it goes against the bro code to them. Um also feel like mutual friends, besides the bandmates, also feel like mutual friends and some of his family even has gotten on him about it. And it's not only because, that's supposed to be your friend's child's mother. It's also the fact they know what type of character Apryl is, and they don't necessarily feel like it's the right fit for Lil Fizz. Um, so let me see. Moniece keeps popping up in the reading, but it's not super heavy. It's kind of like in the background, so she kind of has calmed down some, but she's still on them. She's still on them. Like, I do think she's still gonna make public rants. I do feel like she's going to make it difficult for them in private as well. But I want to do. How does Lil Fizz feel about Moniece and her public rants? How does Lil Fizz feel about Moniece and her public rants? Guys, intuitively I'm hearing he's saying she's miserable. But let me see what the cards say. Stop. How does Lil Fizz feel about Moniece and her public rants? You guys, he feels like she's making a fool out of herself. Like, she's trying to rally up everyone to feel sympathy for her. Um, and he also feels like she has her own personal obstacles and demons to get over, so she could stop focusing so much on his life. Um, yeah, you guys. He just feel like she's also helped fueling the public scrutiny against Apryl. He feels like she's using her platform to do so. Um, and he also feels like she's the devil. Like, he just feels like she's constantly going out her way to make his life hell and whatnot. And so far, she's succeeding in doing so. He's like, you really got everyone out here thinking negatively of me and thinking negatively of Apryl, and it's not fair. He's just like, him and Apryl just like, we're still going to celebrate, we're still going to be happy, we're still going to have a relationship. So your plan is not working 100%. It's only working on your behalf of gaining sympathy from the public. So that's how he feels about Moniece and her public ranks. Like, she's miserable, she's doing anything to garner sympathy and to keep herself relevant. Like, you have bigger things to focus on. Like, that's why I hear him like thinking and talking with Apryl about, like, regardless of anything, we're going to still work this out. We're still going to be together, and that is the ultimate success against her and her public rants. So I'm going to do two last questions. Most important question of it all. I'm pretty sure you guys have been watching the video for it. We're going to see how Omarion feels about this situation and why he has not responded. Because I want to know too. I do know Omarion is a water sign male. Because that's the energy. I feel like fluid, like water. Like, so I really want to say he's a water sign male. And depending on which water sign he is, not responding is the biggest fu he can give someone, because the water sign males tend to get really emotional and lash out, but he's at a stage and phase in his life where he's learning to control his emotions and not give people a satisfaction. So just by him not responding, it's a big fu. So let's get into the Omarion questions. How does Omarion feel about this situation? How does Omarion feel about this situation? Because you guys, I'm hearing he does not care. He has moved on. He has been moved on. He does not care about Apryl like that to care. He has been moved on. When he first got a whiff of this, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, Yeah, he was a little. He felt some type of way, but it's not because of like he has feelings for April. It's because of the whole moral concept of it all. Like, really, you had to pick my child mother out of all these women? Come on, bro. But he does not really care. But I'm gonna see what the cards say. I know you guys are like, bitch, just flip down the cards. But I got y'all. Let's see. Five. How does Amorion feel? You guys, you guys. Only thing Omarion cares about is new money, new opportunities, his children. He's concerned about his children and trying to revive himself career wise. That's what I'm hearing he's focused on. He does not care, you guys. He has other things on his mind. He has other things on his mind. Um, yeah, he's focused on trying to revive his career, get some more money, and his children. That's it. Um, he does feel like this situation has placed him in a uncomfortable compromise or whatnot. He does feel that way because this is his former bandmate and his child's mother, people that he's constantly going to be associated with, people that he may constantly have to deal with regardless. So he does feel like this places him in an uncomfortable space. And that's April. This is April. I feel like not only does he not want her, but they still bicker. Well, at least April tries to bicker. They still bicker. Um, he kind of is like trying to basically keep the peace. If he doesn't address it, he feels like that's one less thing that will cause negativity in his life. Yeah, you guys, he feels like karma will intervene. Like, that's what I'm getting off his cards. Yeah, guys, he's worried about making money. That's all. He's worried about making his money, his children, and reviving his career. He tries to pay April to dust, unless it's about the children. He really does. He tries to pay her to dust, unless it's about the children. He does feel like their relationship has placed him in an uncomfortable compromise. Um, and a part of him is in his brain like, my mom was so right about this woman. So, how does April feel about Omarion? Because me personally, I really think she never gotten over them breaking up, and she was kind of hoping they would get back together. And a lot of her like public things that she did early this year was like literally a cry from hell. I really think she kind of had like an emotional breakdown, and that's why she clings to little Fizz so hard because he helped bring her through a lot of trying emotional times in her life dealing with Omarion. And sometimes that can make you like fall in love with someone. It really can. So, let's see. How does April feel about Omarion? How does April feel about Omarion? You guys, her head, it's like weird. So her head just goes into a swerving motion emotion just thinking about him. So many emotions running through her mind. Basically, Omarion is still kind of like a triggering point for her emotionally. He still is. You could just be talking to her and you bring up Omarion and her whole demeanor and face will change. Um, Ever since her and Lil Fizz have come out together publicly, um, there has been hesitance to really talk to him. And like I said before, guys, I feel like she has tried to get back with Omarion a couple of times before her and Lil Fizz initially started hooking up and dating. She has tried. But Omarion ain't feeling that. He's not with it. Um, it's just like her emotions go and she just loses all sense. Like, Omarion is definitely a trigger for her. This is definitely a trigger for her. And like I said, guys, a lot of her actions in the beginning were so impulsive because her emotions weren't together when it comes to him. And because they were also like, I honestly think Omarion was kind of annoying her for a while. He was annoying her calls, texts, and she would pop up on him. And fights would ensue. So, you guys, that's what I get. He's a triggering point for her. That's how she feels about him. He's a trigger. Last but not least, I want to know, where's this relationship headed? I know that they're going to have a baby. That's in the cards for them. And that's also just written for them. They're meant to have a child together. But I want to know, what is the future for Apryl Jones and Lil Fizz? Wow. What is the future for Apryl Jones and Lil Fizz? What's the future for these two? You guys, they're gonna work it out. They're gonna make it through all this scrutiny. They're gonna work it out. They really want to be together. They're gonna work it out, and I do see them moving. I think they're gonna move from LA. Parts of me also think like they're gonna get opportunities together or whatnot. But I think Lil Fizz wants to do it more than Apryl does. I don't think Apryl likes TV like that. So it can cost them the like to kind of argue, but they do have opportunities on the table that they're trying to actively choose from, and they're gonna pick something. You guys, they may be soulmates, but it's so much crap surrounding this. Sometimes people think soulmates are like this romantic thing, but sometimes soulmates can come and destroy your life. Sometimes soulmates can not be a romantic connection. Sometimes soulmate energy, no matter how bad you guys want to be together, it's it's a karmatic relationship, and that's what I'm getting off these two. It's a karmatic relationship. Um, there will be fights. I do feel like they're talking about marriage, and just seeing how things go. I do feel like that. You guys, believe it or not, this Emperor card is Moniece. She has very masculine energy. Um, I do feel like there's more to come from her in this situation. And there's more bickering and arguing. So, that's the future for them. More bickering, more arguing. I do feel like they're being presented opportunities, like maybe a TV show or something like that. I do feel like they're trying to discuss marriage. I do feel like they're going to end up moving from the LA area to somewhere else. Um, in general, they are happy with each other, but this relationship will turn. It will turn. It's too much. There's so much negative factors surrounding the relationship for it to ever be thriving and healthy as it could be. Um, and they will make some money off their TV shows and stuff. I do see money coming for them. Moniece is still gonna give them hell, and I do see a child for them trying to come through. I do see a child. I do think a child's gonna come. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I usually don't do readings this long, but the situation. You guys, I, I do have one more question, but I don't want to get sued if somebody from their camp or something happened to actually come across this video. But I did hear a rumor that I wanted to ask. And I think I'll just like look at it and then like post it later on my story on Instagram. So, you guys, that's all I have today for Lil Fizz and Apryl Jones. If you would like a personalized reading from me, my Instagram name is 0728Morgan. Just DM me and I'll be glad to help you out with any spiritual endeavors. I'm working on a website. I'm working on fixed candles. I'm working on a lot of stuff. 2020 is going to be really big for a seat at the tarot. So just stay tuned. Thank you.